today, so let's just get into it. The next day, evacuation of the island was chaotic but swift. Terrified locals stormed to the docks, pushing each other closer and closer to the water, but mindful not to tip each other in. They're polite people, decent enough, you've always thought. None terribly deserving of being forced to become prisoner to a succeeding summoner colony, which is why you went to so much trouble to orchestrate a well-oiled evacuation machine. All told, the vast majority of the evacuation took only a few hours. By the time the sun was setting and boats were returning from their round trip, only a handful of people still wanted on the piers, and waited on the piers. And when the boats came back from their drop-offs, many of the waiting locals were a little puzzled to find that the boats weren't returning empty. They were filled with new groups of well-armed people, jumping onto the docks with gusto, scattering into the neighborhoods and disappearing, not running away from the danger, but right into it. With every boatful of locals dropped off at Massachusetts shore, your people always had another squad of recruits from the mainland ready to jump on board and head to the island. It continued like this for hours, back and forth across the Sound. Where the population at the beginning of the day was around 10,000, the final headcount after a near total evacuation was 13,000. Your false flag maneuver simply replaced the entire population with rabid jubilites, and then some. The new recruits remained faithful that the crisis posed no danger to them, and were merely powerful acts of pranksters. And they would keep coming well after the evacuation, too. There's no need to bother with the pretense of renting Airbnbs there anymore or keeping a low profile. The new residents of the island began occupying the houses vacated by locals, along with a large supply of empty summer homes. No form of authority existed to stop you anymore. Collectively, all of you are the authority. The only thing left to do is wait and see how this authority will be challenged by the government once it comes to grips with how badly it just got bamboozled. But in the meantime, not even your most cynical aunties can dispute the obvious. This island now belongs to you. Unfortunately, it'll be some time before you're healthy enough to appreciate your conquest, let alone conscious enough. Your dear friend Abby now struggles to manage the aftermath of your bold decisions. See, I don't know if you can hear me. You have to get better soon, okay? If you didn't make it, I'd be so lost. I don't think I could even go on. People are already looking to me for answers. But I don't have the slightest idea of how to handle the situation. The news is going insane about it. And my parents are losing it. I don't know what to tell them. I'm just ignoring them until I know what your plan is. I don't even know how we're going to keep up and follow this up. I doubt people will believe the bioattack was real forever. There are already a lot of questions about it. What happens next? What if all the people trying to come back? And send the military this time? Mostly just, I'm so worried about you. Please don't leave me. I'd be so devastated. Okay, I'll be back to check on you soon. Your clown rig is downstairs waiting for orders. I'll tell them something. I don't know what yet. To protect the island, I guess. I have no idea what else there even is to do at this point. Feel better. You clown up before you address these inner circle. Ring-free, as you've heard them referred to before. You've never interfaced with any of these people at all, and you don't know what to say to them. But wearing the paint seems like the right thing to do for the sake of appearances. They will be looking to you for leadership now. Hi, everybody. I guess none of you have ever heard from me directly before, have you? Well, I'm Apple Pie, as I'm sure you know, but you can just call me Abby. I just made my clown name for fun. It was never supposed to be a serious code name or anything. Z is obviously wounded and very sick, so I need to make sure everything is running smoothly while she recovers, which means, well, I'm still not sure what that means. Sorry, I didn't expect to have to be doing this, and I don't really have a plan yet. But what we do know is yesterday Z cleared out the entire population of the island with a really crazy stunt, and we don't know how long that can last before the authorities catch up to the prank. So we all need to prepare the island safe from that happening. We have to keep it safe. Which means having all your people, like the many Jubilites at your command. I'm not actually sure how it works. There is, like, a hierarchy, right? Like, you all give orders to subdivisions of clans and such. So you all need to make sure they're all set up against whatever it might be. An invasion from the government. Also, I think we need to keep the messaging up. Just make sure that everyone on the mainland knows it's not safe to try and come back. Whatever that means, keeping the roots of yesterday's attack, or something else. Anything to deter people from wanting to come back. Because I think we've gone way too far to go back to normal, right? This just seems really messy and we have to make the best of it. Sorry, I'm just really overwhelmed by all this. You deserve better leadership than my incoherent babbling. I'm doing my best. Ahem. First, may I just say what an absolute honor it is to be serving you, Secretary Applepie. Secretary? Yes, that is your formal rank within our organization. You are the Secretary of Jape. I assure you, we have nothing but the utmost sympathy for the difficult position you are in. First, everyone here is fully aware of the role you traditionally play within the Jubilite movement. You are, shall I say, more of an inspirational figure, a hands-off secretary who remains uninvolved with the tedium of daily operations. That's our role, and we are beyond thrilled to be playing. So I completely understand if you find yourself in an awkward position. I see. Yes, thank you for, understanding. Joculine! It's my Clownsona name, haha. We all go by our Clownsonas in this organization. No humans' names allowed as a matter of policy. It's strictly for security reasons, you understand? But we will all be more than pleased to refer to you as Secretary Abby as a special exception, if that is your wish. Oh, yeah, thank you. Also, or just Abby is also fine. Well, you got it, Abby. It is so great to finally be speaking with you. Can I just say what an admirer of yours I've always been, long before the rise of Supreme Honk Effects C. Supreme Honk Effects? Of course, it's quite the title, isn't it? But look at all that she has accomplished. It's a remarkable achievement, and I have absolute certainty that there is not a single Jubilite on this island who would not die for our leader. Yikes, well, okay, that's nice to hear, I guess, but I don't think we need anyone to die for anybody just yet. I think we just need to figure out how to get this crazy situation under control. Naturally, Secretary, or Abby, I mean, you may not favor the spotlight, but it is this clown's humble opinion that your management instincts are every bit as sharp as our Supreme Hunkafex's. But may I make a modest recommendation? Sure, if you find yourself overwhelmed by the tactical situation, I would strongly advise you consider the practice of delegation. In fact, I would be happy to personally take the reins on implementing all the follow-up strategies which are necessary to secure our territory and keep our adversaries at bay. Just give the order and I'll take care of everything. Oh, you would? Well, that actually does sound very helpful. Thank you, Joculin. It will be my pleasure to serve you in the Supreme Hulk Effects, now and always. Okay, so can you start with all that, like, right now? I have some other things I really need to do, like feed my poor horse. He's probably been so worried since I had to suddenly leave the other day. Yes, by all means. I will have all essential operations put into motion immediately. By the end of the day, you will see there is nothing to worry about at all. Now go feed your beautiful horse. All the Jubilites consider the health and well-being of Archbishop Daisel Tahoe be a paramount concern of our mission. You gave my horse a rank. It's a joke, of course. No, we did not. But we do like to joke around, us clowns, don't we? Oh, yeah, lol, that actually was pretty funny. Okay, I'll go do that, Yin. Thanks for all the help. You walk away feeling relieved by administrative responsibility, only to now realize that you have time to dwell on all your other problems. You are terrified that your friend won't recover from her critical condition, and no matter how successful her subordinates are, you doubt you'll ever be able to shake this feeling that this island could be invaded by the military at any moment. Your parents are pissed, not only at your involvement in the secession of their favorite summer colony, but they've now realized that you've been played as well. They've been played as well. Your mother has caught on to the fact that she is being scammed by your lover, and your father seems to understand that you've been playing him for the fool as well. They want their money back, but that's obviously not going to happen. You'll have to think about how to play it. You don't think your mom knows she is being catfished by Z and Percy. Maybe you can try and convince your dad that you were sincere about the Bitcoin stuff, but you were being scammed by the same guy that your mom was. That seems like a plausible out, but it would just involve more lying, and maybe it's not even worth it anymore. Maybe Z was right, and you're better off just giving up on the idea that parents like this are worth having any relationship with at all. You take another look at the news. It's pure madness. UNC are everywhere. You look when it comes to trending topics online and coverage of recent events. The upheaval around the country is accelerating, and all the footage you can find now features way too many clowns in the gatherings for your comfort. No matter which media outlet you turn to, it always seems they'd rather point their cameras at a bunch of unruly clowns than focus on the real issues originally propelling the civil movement. Unrest. And yet, it's hard to deny that the gradually coalescing rhetorical message of this clown ruckus ties into Z's political agenda, which she's so assiduously itemized in her manifesto. This movement, which once seemed nothing more than a bunch of anarchist jesters opportunistically making mischief, now more closely represents open revolt against capitalist and imperialist state power. More police stations are falling, and small pockets of territory are being captured by Jubilites, but nobody knows where this is going, or what the vision is for the direction of the movement without the guidance of their Supreme Honkafax, otherwise known as your best friend. You need Z. Dreaming again. Don't make me wake up this time. I want some answer. I have no power to wake you up. The sickness inside you keeps you asleep. What do you want to know? Last time I dreamed of you, you said I was doing well. But doing well at what? Shouldn't you answer that? What is it you actually believe you're doing? I don't know. A lot of shit. Fighting for survival. And you're still alive, are you not? I guess. Then you are doing well. This is some cagey bullshit. I think you know there's a lot more than just survival. You're the one who gave me all these ideas after all. Yes. So, why? What do you even want out of this? You mentioned survival. Perhaps this is my aim as well. Inevitably, we all die, of course. Even entire civilizations die. So doesn't it seem that part of one's quest for survival is the propagation of everything one identifies with? And if a civilization is to survive beyond its time, doesn't it need to concern itself with such propagation methods as well? So you're saying your society on Whimsifay is dead, and this is your way of keeping it alive. Aside from the means of communicating my culture to you, what is so unusual about this? There are many nations on your planet which have engaged in similar practices, including ones you have begun to challenge. Practices like imperialism? Conquest can be achieved in so many ways. Oftentimes, the most effective ways are when the conquered don't even fully grasp that is what is taking place. Does this ring true of the nation you were born into? I mean, if you're saying America does a lot of sketchy shit all over the world, but also has, like, this vast hegemonic influence over everything, for culture and economics, without even needing to invade all the nations on Earth, yeah, I know that. It's some kind of basic shit. The situation you describe surely happens in many deliberate ways, but easily just as much of it must happen automatically, yes, a logical and effortless extension of the great power and influence your nation has. In other words, it is natural. It's only natural for a person or a civilization to instinctively seek out ways of propagating itself to assure its continued survival. How many ways has this happened on your planet that you already know of? Methods of colonization may involve sending ships across oceans to occupy foreign lands. They may involve wars, cultural erasure, the placement of large populations, or openly genocidal practices. But all instances of these events on your planet have resulted from the invasion of one continent by another. Is it not also conceivable that your planet could be subjected to the same forces from beyond your solar system? I don't mean to alarm you by raising the possibility. The truth is, Earth has nothing to worry about when it comes to the threat of a hostile interstellar invasion. There is no planet in the galaxy that needs to worry about that, because it's impossible. It is? Yes, space travel is too difficult. The speed of light cannot be exceeded, or even safely approached. Our planets are locked apart from each other forever, until they all grow cold and die. So, it sounds like you're saying, if one planet wants to conquer another, they need to use a different method than just sending a bunch of spaceships over and shooting lasers at everybody. Yes, that is true. So you're saying that's what you're doing here. I am only saying this. Of all that is about to take place on your planet, there's only one person who is responsible for the actions that will bring about these changes, and that person is you. Wait, don't go. Wait! Two weeks later. After a couple weeks in bed, you manage to beat the virus. You only feel weak and you still can't put any weight on your wounded leg, but you finally feel well enough to leave Abby's house and get back into the action. Speaking of action, even though you could hardly post any content due to being sick, your brand continued in it for a lengthless march forward. The evacuation stunt, now widely regarded as a move you orchestrated for the purposes of seizing full possession of the island, grabbed the world's undivided attention as the flashpoint for a credible resistance movement against the United States government. The ensuing media frenzy and global political discourse has only served to ratchet up your follower count precipitously. If you were in better health, you had been able to appreciate your outrageously snowballing fall a lot more, but as it was, you could barely manage to lift your phone on most days. Today you're just happy to be able to get it out for some fresh air. It's your first in-person debriefing with ring-free since you've been sick. Or ever, for that matter. All previous meetings you've done were online, while you were all but keeping a low profile. But now that you control the island absolutely, there's little need for such discretion. Ring-free, under the delegated supervision of Joculin, recently reallocated a nearby Chunkley club for meeting purposes. You've just arrived and are ready to hear the full report. You're more than a little anxious to learn what your organization has been up to in the meantime while you've been in recovery. Fuck is this? Getting the full 12-clan salute, huh? Well, I'm flattered, but at ease, bitches. I'm alive, and long past due for a proper debriefing. Abby's been keeping me updated on stuff while nursing me back to health. But now that I'm on my feet again, I think it's time to get serious about our full tactical situation and what comes next. Abs, you want to lead the meeting and take it from the top? Oh, me? Sure. You're the Secretary of Jape, after all. Haha, so I've been told. Okay, here's what's been going on since the evacuation. It's been so fucking much. Let me see. Well, there was this power outage scare which lasted, what, a day or two? And that got resolved, and Abby, this debriefing fucking sucks. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't even know you were going to ask for one. I thought I could just chill here and listen to you guys. Ah, excuse me. Secretary Abby, it's perfectly alright with us if you relax there and listen, and with all due respect and reverence to our stream Honkafax Z, at first of all, may I say what an honor it is to finally be addressing you in person, and how relieved we all are to see you have recovered. Yeah, sure, whatever you're trying to say here. You're, Joculin, right? Yes! Wow! Oh, you remembered my name! Oh my god, I'm sorry, Supreme Honkafax, I'm just... Please don't call me that. It sounds fucking ridiculous. Oh, yes, of course. My apologies, Z. I'm afraid I'm losing my composure due to my feelings of admiration for what you have accomplished here, and... Cool, we all accomplished this, though. So what's up, Joculin? Are you trying to volunteer to give me a debriefing instead of Abby? Yes, if that's okay, sir. Don't call me sir either, but yes, it's okay, whatever, whenever you're ready. As Secretary Abby has already touched upon, your active evacuation strategy has been an overwhelming success. Virtually all locals have been displaced from the island due to your brilliant and daring act of pranksters, and have all been replaced with tens of thousands of loyal Jubilites. While the media has debated whether or not it was a hoax, we've made sure to secure the island. We've taken over all major facilities with militia presence, including the airport. We've also promoted the claim that there are now thousands of bombs deployed all over the island rigged to detonate if the government ever reclaims the territory. So they're free to try if they like, but the consequence will be simply the total obliteration of all this valuable property they are claiming we have stolen. Yeah, I heard about the bombs. They hit that part with the story a lot in the media. It was a nice touch. Thank you, sir! I mean Z, it was my idea. But there aren't any actual bombs, are there? Oh, there are a bunch of real bombs for sure, for the sake of taking photographs to prove it isn't completely made up, as well as for detonating a few of them as a warning if it ever comes to that. But yes, you are right, there are far from thousands. Well, that's good to fucking know. Meanwhile, the U.S. military presence has been increasing. A fleet of Navy ships has amassed around the island, presumably to function as a blockade, preventing more ships from arriving. This has stemmed the flow of new recruits coming in, but it's more importantly resulted in an unofficial embargo. Soon we'll need to consider how to cope with supply shortages unless we can figure out how to disrupt the blockade. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I'm working on it. And the power situation? Right. As our secretary has mentioned, we had an unfortunate power disruption. Electricity, as I'm sure you know, is not generated locally on the island. It's supplied from the mainland through 2 underwater cables, regrettably putting us at the mercy of whatever the energy companies decide to do, or worse, what the federal authorities talk them into doing. So, as the tech-swift maneuver goes when it comes to any hostage crisis, well, the feds are surely viewing this as, albeit on a much larger scale, they attempted to shut off the power. People on the island were understandably quite upset, so Secretary Abby kindly put out a distress call, and the backlash by our fellow Jubilites was rather intense, to say the least. Many forms of pressure were put on the energy company until they relented and restored power to the island. Pressure? Yeah, everything, you name it. The threats, bribes, mass gatherings around their facilities and offices. They quickly realized it wasn't worth it to antagonize us like that, and even if the feds were insisting on it, it turns out our movement may have much more leverage upon such institutions than even most government agencies do. Of course, the tremendous financial resources at our disposal made fix like this go a lot easier. I really must commend you and Secretary Abby for accumulating so many assets with such a skillful implementation of pranksters. I can't imagine anyone else in the movement has been as successful with the technique as you have. But then, look who I'm talking to here. The inventor of Praxis herself. Well, okay, let's slow down here. It's good you all got the power pack, that was obviously important. But you said you're also spending money to make shit happen now. Yes, we have been. All with Secretary Abby's approval first, of course. I've also been recommending a significant allocation of resources to a newly formed marketing wing of the Jubilant movement. I'm not sure you've been tracking the metrics. What am I saying? You've been sick in bed, but you may want to take a look. Our following around the world has exploded since your phenomenal evacuation strategy combined with my marketing methods. Did notice that, actually. Numbers have been going really haywire, but I guess getting worldwide attention for conquering an American summer colony will do that. And, whatever shit you're doing with the marketing, I'm sure that's good, too. How much have you been spending on it? Oh, many millions. But don't worry, according to Secretary Abby, it all represents a minuscule portion of the movement's total assets. Yeah, I thought it sounded okay. We have so much now, and we've hardly done anything. What could it hurt? Yeah, this is all totally fine, actually. This is very good. It transitions nicely into the next section of my manifesto. It does? I was gonna start distributing after the evac stunt, but got shot in the leg and then kinda knocked my ass by the Rona. So the advanced pranks of shit got delayed, but it really sounds like you got a head start on some of it without realizing it. So what is it, actually? Well, once you got completely insane amounts of money from your marks like we've got now, you just keep rolling that money over into new scenes. The money makes everything easier at that point. Doing stuff like you already just did to solve the power issue. You apply pressure. You can buy people off or use operatives on the mainland to twist people's arms into doing shit, or even both at once. Mostly this is meant to be applying more to financing schemes, for instance. We run through our old trusty political donor list, find some big names, target their big money guys, like their financial firms or whatever, and look for weak spots. Nerds who move the money around, buy and sell stock, whatever it is they do, and just apply pressure. Wave dollar figures in front of their face and that they aren't used to being made and threaten them with consequences they're in no way equipped to handle. A few millions of bribes here to probably lose a billion in assets and you have a good return on investment. Aha! Oh, yes! This makes so much sense. It's exciting that I was unwittingly anticipating the next phase of our operation. Yeah, basically. It's the next logical step, isn't it? Well, not to me. I have no idea this is where it's going. It does sound really ambitious. So does taking over an island, doesn't it? Yeah, which, that's pretty dangerous too, and it sounds like you're pushing a campaign of, I guess, stealing from as many rich people and companies as possible? Yes. I'm not opposed to it, it's just, my parents are one thing. I felt like, I don't know, that it was sort of a fun game, but this... Are you sure we can handle all this? Secretary Abby! Not to worry, remember, that's what you have me for. It's perfectly alright if you didn't have the same natural foresight into advanced fakes which I do. I'm here to complement your position of command, to expand upon it and make you even more effective. We all have our skills, don't we? Supreme Hunk of XZ, or just Z, I mean, she is the great visionary, the glorious clown mother of all that we celebrate here on this island. Whereas I would see myself as a very skilled administrator, someone who handles all the boring stuff with money, logistics, planning, and whatnot. And you, well, you're good at... Well, you have an incredible social media presence. Oh, you're super pretty and have a beautiful horse. So you see, we all have something to contribute. Each of us fits into this piece of the puzzle, like it into the big picture. And if it pleases you, see, I could simply carry on with what I've been doing so effectively. I could oversee these advanced pranks and initiatives you were envisioning. Just say the word and I'll begin building teams carrying out your orders immediately. So, you want to be in charge of advanced pranks, huh? Suck it. Yeah, why not? I'll publish the chapter soon, but this material needs to stay internal for now. Can't be too public about it until we have lots of plays in motion. Don't want to tip our hands too early. Get back to me tomorrow when you have a plan. We can talk about it more then. I gotta go home and lie down. My leg's still killing me. Abby, ready to go? It feels good to get back to our extensive quiet diners again. Just like old times, Old times, yeah. Shit's only been like, what, 2 months? Christ. Yeah, wow, it feels like fucking years have gone by. Are you sure you're going to be sitting out here like this? You can always go lie back down if you're not feeling well. Nah, I'm good. I need to, force myself to get back to normal. Things have held up pretty well, but to be honest, the vibe of this scene has gotten pretty weird in my absence. Yeah. That new girl is, a lot. I'm trying to remember where she even came from. Didn't you appoint her to ring free? Yeah, I did, but she kind of quietly moved up the ladder after some positions got shuffled around, and I hardly remember hearing anything from her at all. She was mostly quiet and, just idle, waiting for instructions, like most of the others. Now she's chatty fucking campy all of a sudden. Well, she stepped up when you got sick, and I have no idea what to do. So, she's been such a huge help, actually. It might have all fallen apart if it were only up to me. I'm not saying she isn't doing useful work. Of course she wants to overachieve now that she's gotten the spotlight, and the stuff she's doing will probably undeniably help the movement. Like with the advanced pranks and shit. I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't go out and shake down a whole bunch of money from a bunch of new suckers. I'm just saying my alarm bells are going off for her, and I'm not sure why yet. I just have a spider sense for these things. It's probably not good for your health to be caught up in paranoia. I think she's just most likely just a nice girl who got inspired by all the stuff you wrote, and now she's trying really hard to impress you, that's all. I can kind of relate to where she's coming from. That explains our friendship, huh? You just try and expect me with your sexy wiles and charms to end up second in command of my seditious clown empire. Oh, yes, you figured out my master plan. I saw you in that restaurant reading table one day and was like, now there's a girl who's going to cause a Nantucket Island to secede from union with a clown-themed social media campaign. You sure knew how to play a long game, embedding yourself as a high-ranking official in my impromptu paramilitary circus for years. Just for your shot at getting that lesbian kiss out of me you've always been after. Stop! Please don't mess with me like that, it's so mean. Oh, I'm done trying to put moves on you, I swear. I'm just trying to take care of you. You've been in such bad shape and you've got yourself in so much trouble. We both got ourselves into so much trouble and need to take care of each other until, we can just survive this. I know, I'm just joking around. I'm always just joking. I'm not trying to be mean to you, I'm just joke around when stressed out about stuff. You need to relax. Don't think about us Scottish constantly. At least take a break from it all at night. Other people can worry about the hard stuff for you now. That's why you're all obsequious clown helpers are for. Here, let me top you off. Yeah, I don't know if I should drink this. I'm kinda fucked up on pain meds. Oh, yeah, good point. Well, more for me than, I don't remember you being this much of a blind bomb before all this. I must have done this to you, didn't I? No, I've just been so stressed. I've never been through anything in my life. What the last couple of weeks are like, with you sick and dealing with the government and my parents and the fandom and the media going ballistic all of this. I've had to find ways to cope. I'm sorry, God, I should have thought it through, what this was going to be like for you. Don't be sorry. I've been right here watching how all of this unfolded. You got fucked over by cops and wanted to fight back. And that's got all mixed up with your new project. Probably no one out there can possibly understand the truth about why you felt like you had to take it this far. But I do. Yeah, that's always been the problem. When you're under attack by murderous assholes with all the power and the laws on their side, you can roll over and die and run or whatever, or you can fight. But once you start fighting, the question always is, when do you ever stop? And then you realize you can't. Because once you start to establish yourself as a threat to them, and they'll stop at nothing to put you down. So it turns out you can't stop fighting. Until the threat is completely wiped out, or they'll just keep coming. And then the question becomes, who's they? Is it just the police? Well, who the fuck do they work for? And it turns out it's really the whole system. All corporate and state power. If they constantly show they want you dead, if you're willing to fight back at all, then what choice do you have but to keep fighting to the death? Yikes, but yeah, you're totally right. I can see it now. It's not like I even wanted this. Taking over a whole island? That wasn't really in the blueprint. They forced my hand, though. I'm just tired. Well, the Rona really wiped you out. I know, I mean, mentally, too. I spent the last 2 weeks in and out of a COVID in pain mid-fog. But the day that I got shot, some really serious shit happened that day. Which I barely had any time to process with my rational brain. Yeah, you lost a lot that day. You found out about your mom and then Percy. I felt so sorry for you, but I haven't known what to say. Do you want to talk about it? Man, which one? Both of those topics are two completely different conversations. Either one you want. Not prepared at all for whatever the conversation about my mom would be. As for Percy, don't know what to say. It just sucks. I always knew you liked to tease him, but it seemed to me you actually really liked him. It's okay to mourn about a person you cared about. I don't think I like him like that, though. It's more complicated. Isn't he still on your unlock screen? Oh, yeah. I don't know. It sounds like you did like him like that. Abby, Percy was my soldier, and he died because of me. He died for this cause, and he dies because I sent him down this road, and he never even knew what I was signing him up for. Your soldier, huh? Okay, if you insist that's how it is. But just remember, I'm your friend, and you can talk to me. You don't have to run away from your feelings forever. I'm not running away from shit. It's the truth. It's the truth about all these people here, all over the world now. They all signed up for something I started, which I could end very badly for everyone else if I fuck anything up. And it's not like I can just stop. The fate of too many people depends on me now, and the forces we're attacking have legitimately are quite evil. So I can't just shake the feeling that this is all important work that needs to be doing, in addition to just there being a necessity of survival, and then my insane dreams just keep referring to this. Dreams? Yeah, they've been getting more intense. You mean the same kind of dreams which inspired your manifesto? Yeah, I had similar when I was sick. They're more vivid than ever. He speaks to me more clearly now. Who? Riotous, the mythical clown god my brain made up, who is probably fake, but no, I'm not even sure about that. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe it was just the disease wreaking havoc on my mind. I'm sure that's what it was. I don't think you should start drinking your own Kool-Aid on this, Laura. I mean, it's neat and all, but I'm not that serious. I just think it's my subconscious talking to me. It's very lucid stuff. All this material I'm sorting around. It's like a vision from some other place, and it feels like it has some intense need to spread itself throughout the universe. Like colonizing the world, overraiding our various nations and cultures, but without any actual invasions. Instead, it's more like being channeled through me, from a place we can't even comprehend. So you mean like imperialism? Isn't that bad, though? I thought your manifesto was on record as saying that all sucks. It does. The kind that's been practiced on Earth. And if aliens sent ships to Earth and conquered us, that would be bad, too. But I kind of think this is something different. I have no idea if it's good or bad, really. But if it catches on with everyone, it turns out to be what cures this planet of shit like justice and economic equality and all that. Could it really be that bad? I don't think I'm qualified to answer that. It sounds a bit like a rationalization. Maybe the kind that more traditional imperialists have used to justify expanding their own influence in the past. Like, they could have said, if we invade this one poor country or that. Just think of all the boons our advanced society could give them. Science and medicine or whatever, or new forms of morality because our religion is better than theirs. Stuff like that, you know. Yeah, you could be right. You gotta stop thinking like this. Like these are anything but weird dreams. Or telling myself this is any deeper than just some stuff I wrote. It's just a story. It's just a story. Ugh, it's driving me crazy. So stop thinking about it. All your clown lore for a little while. Just rest. You're still recovering, remember? No, it's not even that. It's the clown girl, Joculyn. So gnawing at me. Where do I know her from? I have no idea. To be honest, there are just way too many fucking clones for me to even keep track of anymore. And they all have persona names and faces, and some people even change to different ones. But who knows who is anyone anymore? Wasn't that the point of your manifesto? Says it's all about, like, the malleability of identity. Like, take total control of who you are. Nobody else gets to decide, not your parents or the government or whatever, right? Yeah, still, it just has such a weird feeling about it. You should just try to sleep soon. Let me clean up, then I'll help you upstairs, then, okay? Okay, yeah. Something occurs to you. It was that tattoo. Haven't you seen it before? And then it hits you. You open your now massive list of haters. You scroll all the way to the top where the oldest entries are, and you click on is the first, actually. Joculyn couldn't really be... Could she? It is. It's her. This was the first bitch who cancelled you. End of chapter 6.